Okay. So, here we go. You got my file with the rubric for my clinical, right?
Yep, got it printed right here.
So the first standard is about student development. Can you see? I think this corresponds for the first week or something like that. There are 10 standards. And then we have the learning differences in the classroom. It's about diversity, if there's any special student that needs like some special teaching, or, you know, like Eric last year that I had to do some special things for him. Right. And the third standard is about the learning environment. How do they collaborate, and how does the teacher collaborate to the learning environment? Then we have content knowledge. Well, about like content. I'm going to teach language, of course, you know, right? Like phonics. Last year I did all my activities in phonics class when I was teaching like sounds and blends and I forgot. It was the break. I forgot. No, but I'm so lost after like this. Oh, whatever. And then the fifth standard is about how the application of contents, how the students connect the concepts, and critical thinking, creativity in teaching, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then assessment, our lovely assessment, formative and summative assessment, and then planning for instruction, lesson plans, and how do I plan to go with the curriculum, and then instructional strategies. This is a bit difficult with the Chinese kids, but this rubric is basically for native. Then I have to adjust it for second language, for ESL. And then professional learning and ethical practice.
Yeah.
That's by the end of the clinical. And then the last one is leadership and collaboration. And then my idea for the first week is, because I have the same kids than last year, so I am planning to review both standards that I worked with last year. Was the first standard was understand and use question words such as who, was, who, what, where, when, why, and how. It's basically review, but because it's a 2-month break, I'm assuming that for 2 weeks I have to like work on this a little bit again, because they might have forgotten. Yeah. Yes. I mean, you know, my students are they had English for 1 full year, so I'm assuming that they didn't forget everything. So would just be like a
I think that's a good thing to review, is the questioning words.
Right. Maybe, I mean, I know that they might understand the meaning when I use it in a question. If I say, what day is today, they're going to know what I'm talking about, but the challenge is that they can use it by themselves. You understand? Mm-hmm. Right. Because...
Right, and they're communicating with each other by asking us questions.
Right. So I'm sure any kid would know if I say, I don't know, like, how old are you? They are able to answer, but I don't know if they can use it for their own communication. And the second one, sorry, what?
It's okay, my connection's like weird. Go ahead, what was the second one?
The second one is to spell simple words phonetically. For example, what I did last semester was like, for example, I would say cat, and then they have to be able to at least recognize the sound. Maybe they don't say C, they think it's a K, or but at least they know what I'm talking about. Like I would say cat and they would say k, 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 a, t, t, t. They are able to recognize the 3 sounds.
Yeah, phonetically, yeah.
Of course,
I think those are 2 good review.
simple words, of course, like 3 letters words. And then, well, we have to review routines and classroom procedures and management. I mean, they've been working with me on the same things for 1 year, so I think it's not going to be hard, but still we have to, you know, refresh like procedures, what to do, where to go, how to behave, classroom management, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and if you have any new corners or... Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, I think that's it for the first week. Do you agree?
Yes. I agree. I think it's a great plan.
Okay, good. I will turn off the camera.